everyone, and welcome back to the Anchor of the Week, where we have hard conversations, hear people's stories, and challenge perspectives. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Zach.
And as you can tell, we are back on the streets today, except we're not in London.
No. Team, I don't know if you can guess, but we are in Liverpool. Liverpool!
Wow.
Is that the accent?
I don't know.
Not a good accent.
We can't really do
No.
it, so I'm sorry.
Anyway, we are here, team, and we're going to take it to the streets. This is a bit of an oldie but goldie. Wow.
Nice
yeah,
one.
That
Yeah,
works. Yeah.
that came out of his mouth.
We haven't done this for a while, but we
Yeah.
are super excited just to see what Liverpool have to share.
We love the city. I love the city. And the people here are pretty great. Very open. So
Yes.
excited to see what kind of answers that we get today.
Yeah.
Today we're asking two main questions. It is, what is your biggest dream and what is your greatest fear?
And the third related question is, are they...
Connected.
Come on then. Boom. So yeah, we are excited to see what people's hopes and dreams are, and if that's at all related to their biggest, deepest, darkest fears.
Anyway, on
Not
that
as
note,
dramatic as that,
cliffhanger.
but yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
Excuse me, guys. I have a quick fire question for you. What is your biggest dream that you are hoping for in your life?
To go on a cruise.
To go on a cruise. Okay. What about yours? Have you got your biggest dream? Yeah. She said cruise. Yeah, to go on a cruise. What's yours?
I've got one, to be honest. I think it's just I'm more for my children. Like, if I could make sure the children were okay forever, that would be my dream. And I'm not even being cringe. I'm serious.
What? Yeah. And I think that's great. What does being okay look like then?
Being okay, being regulated in yourself.
Can you dive deeper into that?
Well, you can still be sad, but be okay. You can be happy, and you can still be sad, but it's okay. So as long as you're regular on a
Doing okay mentally.
yeah, okay mentally, and you're okay in your heart, and you believe in good in your life, and like.
So what then is your biggest fear?
That's easy. Leaving life without my children being ready. That's easy. Yeah.
So they're related.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And what does that look like? The worst place, if you like. Like you said, leaving them or doing life without them.
Me going, dying, and they're not mentally ready for life. So yeah, and because I know that no one will care for my children, want for my children like how I do, and protect them the way I do. And that even comes to like family members, and I've got issues. Yeah.
Can I ask, was it the same for your parents with you?
No, my mum sat right there. I don't think my mum really cared.
Wow.
No, yeah. I just, I've got me 8-year-old, I've got a 21-year-old, and I've got 2 grandchildren. But one of them grandchildren live with me. Okay. So, and they all depend on me for everything. So I think it's that. I know if I can't be ill. If I'm ill, their world falls apart. So whenever all the children rely on me. So yeah, but it's a pressure that is a pleasure. It's not a chore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you love it.
You're going to make me cry in a minute. Honestly, you make it too much.
Look, we're looking for genuine answers, so that's great.
Genuine. I brought a Liverpool today to spoil a rotten. So yeah, it's just all about the kids to me, yeah.
What's your name?
Gina.
Thank you so much, Gina. I really appreciate your time. Nice one. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have a big dream?
Violinist.
Say that again.
To be a violinist.
To be a violinist. Love it. Are you a musician? Okay. But you just want to learn the violin? Love that. That's so sweet. Brilliant. Really nice to meet you guys. Thank you. Excuse me, guys. Quick fire question. What is your biggest dream in this world that you live in this life that you have?
Biggest dream? I don't know. What's your biggest dream?
Have you got one?
To be happy. And to be healthy?
To be happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy, yeah.
Any more specific details?
Can't really think of anything else. As long as I'm happy and healthy and I'm with my loved ones, that's all that matters.
I love that. Okay, here's the flip side then.
Right?
What is your biggest fear?
Dying.
Death. Wow. What about yours, boss?
It is, actually. It's just,
Yeah.
you know.
What about death? I know it's a bit obvious, but
Scary, isn't it? What happens?
it's not. So you don't.
Oh, here
So
we go.
what's your biggest fear? Yeah, this is great. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Here we go. We're going down the country.
What?
Now, aren't we?
What's your biggest fear, boss?
Losing my personal relationship with Jesus.
Here we go. You didn't expect that
Wait,
one, did you?
we didn't. But I love that. Wow. Is Jesus a big part of your life?
That was every day, part of my life. He's there, he's a step ahead of me. all the time.
So, what's your biggest hope then? Biggest dream in your life?
Not to be disappointed when I get to heaven.
That you'll be disappointed?
Not to be disappointed.
Not to be disappointed, right, okay. That's your biggest hope?
Yeah.
Okay, love that. Wow. Okay, so talk to me. What role does Jesus play in your life?
Well, he's a miracle worker. He's your hope. He's your faith. You know, you talk to him on a personal level every day.
How long have you been a Christian for?
4 years, and I'm 52 years old.
So that means there must have been a time in your life where it flipped almost.
Yeah, it did. You know,
Do you mind talking us through that a little bit?
Well, I've seen a lot of change in my family and my close friends and stuff who were Christians, and I didn't really believe too much in it. And then I woke up one morning, had a full conversation, and never looked back since.
And what was the change that you noticed?
My heart softened. I got a lot kinder. I do a lot of stuff for food banks and homeless people and stuff now, which before I was quite a ruthless businessman, selfish. I thought money was everything, but now it's not.
And are you a Christian yourself as well?
Yes, I am. Yep. I don't know how we've managed to get on this subject out of nowhere.
I'm a big fan of it, and I really appreciate you guys' time. So, what's your names?
James Haig.
Jemsick.
James Haig.
And I'm
James.
Julie Haig. I'm his wife. It's our first time in Liverpool, actually, isn't it? We've never
Where are you guys from?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Scotland.
Wow, what a place. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Really appreciate that.
City, by the way.
All right, I am here with Jess. Jess, so we're asking people, what is your biggest dream? Tell me.
My biggest dream is to make my parents happy and just make everyone around me happy. Like, I would happily go out in the streets and just try and make as many people as happy as I can.
So, a lot of people would say, like, oh, I just want to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest dream. So what is it for you that, like, making other people happy is, like, the bigger, maybe motivator for you?
Usually, I put people before myself. I want, like, if they're not happy, then I can't be happy myself. Do you know? Yeah.
Do you think that's good?
Yeah. If I see people around me that are happy, then I'm going to be happy.
Like, out of a genuine, like, compassion and, yeah, awesome. Okay, so now what is your greatest fear?
My biggest fear is sleep. What is it?
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. I've had it nearly 3 times. Like 3 times. It's so scary.
And so for those of us who have, like, never experienced it, can you kind of give us a little, like, I don't know, what's it like? Describe it to us.
When I had it, I was scared to go back to sleep because it felt like I was getting, like, pushed down and I couldn't breathe or anything. Like, that's what I felt like, and that's why I was scared to go back to sleep that night, like the last time I had it.
So do you feel like you live, or, like, do you, like, think about it every night, like, as a thing, or it just kind of comes into your head every once in a while?
Every once in a while, like, my biggest fear has always been that, because I first had it when I was about 10 years old, and I've always been scared of it. But I don't think of it day to day. Like, usually I just think of my friends, like, if they're happy, I'm happy. Like, that's how I feel.
I'm seeing a theme that you're okay to, like, not be 100% if other people are okay.
Yeah, I'd rather be, if everyone around me is happy, then I'm going to be happy. Like, if everyone around me is, like, really sad or whatever, I'm going to be sad.
Do you think that if you were happy that you could make other people happy that were sad?
Well, today, me and Kira have come out and, like,
Her friend off camera, by the way.
yeah, we've not been the happiest, but we've come to all these buskers and everyone, and we've been dancing with, like, loads of people, and it's made me happy. Just made you happy? Yeah.
Just being with other people and, like, choosing to be happy.
Yeah.
I love it. And sometimes dancing honestly just helps.
I think music is just, like, the cure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jess.
Thank you.
Ask you a quick fire question today. You know you want to, yeah. Okay, we're going out asking people what their biggest dream is. What's your biggest dream? No wrong answers.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. What about you?
My biggest dream would probably just to be able to live comfortably, and that's
What does that look like to you? Like, because I feel like that could be really, like, subjective. So what does living comfortable look like to you?
like if I wanted to go out and buy something, I would have the money, no matter how expensive it would be, or just not have to worry about bills are going out at the end of the month, or I don't feel like cooking today, but I don't have the money to order, like that kind of thing. That would be my biggest dream.
And you'd say you're same?
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're asking a second question in, like, the flip side of it. And what's your greatest fear?
if he died.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so sweet. Okay. Why is that?
Because like I just feel like what would I do with my life if he died? Yeah.
You guys, can you explain your relationship to me?
Yeah. Together.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't want to just assume. So how long, like,
A year and a half.
year and a half, right? So you kind of built a life together. Yeah. Do you think that, like, I'm thinking this is long term, like.
Yeah, definitely. I would hope so.
Okay, so here's my question though, okay? Is that you're saying like your biggest dream, right, is to be comfortable, but your biggest fear is to like be without each other. So then would your biggest dream not be then to like live in whatever kind of circumstance just together? I'm sorry if I just flipped that.
I mean, I wouldn't say any circumstance because that's a hard question. Yeah, I wouldn't say any circumstance. I would say like, to live comfortably together. I mean, it would be living like having a poor life would be bad, but it would be worse if I was without him.
Okay, makes sense. You say the same? Yes. I'm assessing the vibe here. It's just, yeah, okay, agreed. Okay. Awesome. Great, thank you so much, you guys.
Excuse me, mate. Can we ask you a quick fire question? What is your biggest dream in this life that you have?
My biggest dream,
Or biggest hope?
biggest hope, is to live longer. To live longer.
Why longer?
Because just look around you.
Beauty.
It's beauty, yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything deeper behind that, or you just enjoy where you are currently and you want to just keep going with that?
Yeah, just enjoy, keep what's going, keep, you know what I mean.
What is your biggest fear in your life?
Dying.
Dying. Right, how come? What's your big fear of death?
Death, well, you don't know what's there, do you? You don't know if you're going up or going down. Is there such a thing?
Do you believe in such a thing?
No, or is this hell? Are we in hell?
Right.
But nobody knows, do we? Nobody's ever come back and said. People said they've seen a white light, but nobody's ever come back and saying, yeah, we've seen the pearly gates. And
Do you think we have enough evidence or enough with what we have what we can see and what we can read and etc. to say like there is enough or there is something beyond our life?
No, I don't think so. No, it's the same with the Bible, isn't it? I don't read the Bible, but same with the Bible. Everybody just seems to pass on, but nobody's ever come back and said, there's pearly gates.
So do you think you need something to physically see it or to believe it?
Yeah. It's like believing ghosts, isn't it? You don't believe in them until you see one.
So what about because not everything is just physical and what you see, is it? Like there are things beyond what we see. There's obviously what we feel. There's emotions, things like that. What would be your answer to something like that?
They're just presuming, aren't we? Right. They're just presuming. It's like dinosaurs. We just presume what they sound like. Right. You got the skeleton. You presume what they look like, but we don't really know what they look like.
Interesting. Okay. So do you have hope beyond this life then, or do you think this life is it then?
I think this is it. Right. Once you're gone, you're gone. Because nobody's ever come back and said. Everybody's just presuming what dinosaurs sound like, what dinosaurs look like, or.
But also, who's going to come back if they're in heaven or if they're in hell?
Nobody's come back. Yes. Right. Nobody's come back. Yes, and says.
So it doesn't say whether. So it doesn't say whether there is something beyond, does it?
No. You're stuck.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's ever come back and said, by the way, this is hell. You want to come up here? It's brilliant. But you just presume there's a heaven and there's a hell. Yeah. And what dinosaurs look like, what dinosaurs sound like.
Interesting. Very interesting answers, yeah. What's your name, boss?
It's Mark.
Zach, thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate your time. Thank you. Nice one. Good. Okay, our big question today is, what is your biggest dream / hope for in this life that you have?
My biggest dream, I'm have to say, be an actor in the West End. That is my biggest dream.
Genuine, yeah?
Yeah, genuine, mums. I go drama school every weekend, and I just love it, man. That is the dream. Kinnick in the West End, Solomon Davey, if you're watching, yeah, you're my boy.
Okay, all right. What about you, lads? What's your biggest dream / hope?
I'd say probably like travel the world or something. Like explore loads of places probably.
Love that.
I'm gonna play for Ipswich one day. That's my team.
Let's hope you can aspire a bit higher than that, because wait, nah. I love that, mate. Love that. Respect that. What about you, boss?
Probably a professional rugby player.
Ready? What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? Probably death, to be honest. Like, I'm just enjoying life at the minute, and I'm liking how I'm living, so I don't want to lose it.
Do you believe in life beyond death?
Nah, I feel like once you're gone, you're gone. Like, that's just it. So I'm just going to make the most of it while I'm here. And when death comes, you know, I just want to be like, you know what, I've lived a good life. Yeah, charge it, innit?
Okay, what about yours, boss?
My biggest fear is not making it as a pro footballer. Ipswich, still in my home.
Okay, love that. Yeah, what about you, boss? You said spiders earlier. Are you still sticking by that?
Done by spiders. I really don't like spiders.
What is it about spiders?
I just feel like I don't know. Yeah, I did actually. There's one of them. I don't know. They just like they put me off, and they're like, I got to keep an eye on them, or I think they could like come for me. I don't know. Yeah.
They could come for you. You're definitely right. Okay, what about yours, boss? What's your biggest fear?
I'd say it's not making my dad proud. Like, you know, he put a lot into my life, and I want to, you know, make him proud.
That's nice, man. That's cute.
That is nice. Yeah. Love that. Okay. So where do you think this whole idea, let's go back to you then, just to poke and prod a little bit. What about life after death? So you think that the life you have now, that is it? Because to me, right, I'm listening to that, I'm going, well, that's a bit hopeless, isn't it? Because it's like you've got, what, maybe 85 years, let's call it, on average, of life, and then there's nothing after. Do you genuinely think that could be the case, or have you just not looked into it before?
I've just never really thought about it, to be honest.
Do you think it's important to look into it, or...?
I'm kind of one of them people that just likes to live in the moment. I just like to absorb what I'm doing now, and not really think about what's coming up. But I'm just here to live my life, man.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. What about you, boss? With the whole idea of making your dad proud, because I relate to that, right? Genuinely, one of my biggest things is that I want to make my dad proud and make him someone like who can look at me and be like, yeah, he's like doing well, sort of thing. Where do you think that comes from? Do you think that's from a good place, or do you think there's actually something like maybe hard behind that?
He puts quite a lot of pressure on me, so you know, I do have to do well, but also I do like him as well. So
glad you do like him. Yeah. What does that pressure look like then? Like genuine question.
Yeah, like in school and stuff. Like if I don't get that grade 9, he's looking down on me. Yeah. So yeah.
Genuinely, how does that make you feel?
Sometimes, you know, I've had to lie about my results, which is not good. Okay. So it's quite hard to make him proud, I'd say. Mm-hmm.
Like, not to, because I feel like that's like a genuine thing, because even when I'm a dad, I could have the same sort of things, isn't it? So it's not to say this and that about your dad, but I think that's a common thing, is like it affects us beyond what we realise. But, oi, lads, come on then, fist bump all round. Love that, lads. Thank you so much. Cheers, yeah. Nice one.
With Grace. How's it going, Grace?
It's going good.
Amazing. So she's just here for some food today in Liverpool.
Came to get some Chinese food.
And she gave me a great recommendation. But that's not why we're here today. I'm here to ask people, we're asking everyone on the streets what their biggest dream is.
Oh my god. I don't even know.
It makes you think a little bit. Or like, doesn't be your biggest, but what is a big dream that you have on your heart?
To travel, like around everywhere, like Thailand and everything.
What is it about traveling that makes you like want to do it? Is it just to see things, experiences?
Like new experiences and stuff, and just everywhere. Don't know, England's getting boring.
Have you ever been outside of England?
Yeah, I've been on holiday. I've been to Cyprus and Italy and stuff. Yeah.
So you had like a little taste before. Yeah. What do you think like the biggest thing you could get from traveling would be? Like
just like don't know, learning about other countries and stuff. Yeah. Meeting new people, I guess.
Okay, and so we're asking also a flip side to this question, and it's what's your biggest fear in life?
Not being successful. Like yeah.
This is actually one of my favorite topics, well, our favorite topics. How would you define success then?
I think just being like happy and like having money, but you don't have to be like rich, just having like money to be like happy and do stuff in your life.
Like to travel?
Yeah.
Amazing. Great. Any other thoughts on that before we?
No, that's all.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Grace.
Okay, team, that was our chat with the people in Liverpool.
Yes.
Boom. It was great.
It was so good.
Yeah, we had a lot of people. At one point we had like a queue of 2 or 3 people lining up to have conversations with us. It was great.
That never happens in
No,
London.
no, it does
Literally
not.
never.
No.
And I think this says a lot about the people of Liverpool.
Yes, they are open and ready to receive.
Amen.
Okay, what were your takeaways, Courtney?
Yeah, a few. One, yes, just that the people in Liverpool like actually like want to talk to us, and I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
But also like something that I don't think we like got everything on camera too, because some people didn't want to answer because they said, "Oh, like I don't have any dreams."
Right.
And I was like,
"That's a shame."
Dang,
That's
it is a shame.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like examining my life, and I was like, well, do I? Like, you know what I mean? Do I? Like, if someone actually came to me and said, like, what are your dreams?
What would I say?
What would I actually say? You know what I mean? And I think, like...
What would you say?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not gonna cry on this episode.
You just talked about it. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, as in, like, now I need to go back and, like, examine some things, you know?
Okay, right.
But it's this whole idea of, like... But sidebar on that, though. But I had dreams, and then I realized that they kind of died a bit, so now it's in the process of, like, having them again.
Yeah.
But that's different than, I think, just not having dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's like a process and a journey
like
of
there's
dreams.
hope and there's no
Yeah,
hope.
you know, or like kind of like wrestling with it.
Yeah.
But as opposed to the fact of a lot of people like, oh, like I have no idea. Like I don't know how to answer that, you know? And I'm like, I think that says a lot about like us as people and the way that we like approach life. And we've been talking about this, you know, I mean, we always talk about this, but like the idea of like, is there something more, you know? Like, is there actually, are we just like living life, you know, for the sake of, because we're here, so we just got to make do to get by, you know? Or do we believe that we can actually live life in its fullest, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
We got a lot of answers about death, which was so interesting to me because, to be honest, I actually haven't heard an answer like that for a while, or like that come up in conversation about like, oh, like I'm scared of what's beyond almost.
Yeah.
And so it was like poking and prodding a little bit about like, okay, well, do you have hope for beyond the life that we're living now? And like diving into that. So we even like had a couple really good conversations like off camera with people.
Yeah, it
so,
was
like,
great.
It was great because we were like able to dive a little bit more without trying to,
without the camera, without the pressure of the microphone.
Without the pressure of the whole thing. So I love that, and I don't know if it shows anything about Liverpool or if it's just the people here or if it's just people now in general are like thinking about that a bit more.
Yeah.
But just like hope beyond the lives that we live. Yeah.
And did you see any connections to the like the hopes and the fears? I feel like it was 50-50.
Yeah. There were definitely a few that were like directly linked, and then there were others that didn't have anything to do with any of it. So, yeah, but it was great.
Yeah.
Like really cool to like poke and prod, and like they weren't afraid to go deeper. Like there's a lad talking about his dad and like making him proud and stuff like that. So, yeah, we related a little bit. Yeah.
That was actually
without diving into that too much.
Amazing. Well, yeah, I'm sad it's over, to be honest, but here we are.
It was good. Yeah.
But we love Liverpool.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like this episode.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, team. And we will see you. Thank you so much for joining us at the Anchor of the Week, where we have hard conversations, hear people's stories, and challenge perspectives.
Remember, you can stay connected by following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, as well as subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Hope these conversations are inspiring you to have hard convos as well.
We'll see you next time, and remember, attack topics and not people.